So today we'll be covering complex numbers, how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide complex numbers. But first let's go over the powers of I. So I to the first power equals I. It's the exact same thing. I squared equals -1. I cubed equals -I. And I to the fourth equals 1. Now if you ever forget I to the fourth or I squared, the way to remember this is I squared. That basically just means I to the fourth. You're just squaring it again. And I squared is -1. -1 squared is 1. So that's how you can easily get I to the fourth or I to the second if you ever forget. So now I'm going to be doing a sample problem. Problem up here on the board, 3 plus 2i plus 7 minus 3i. We're adding these two terms together. So it's just simple combining like terms. 3 and 7, that would be 10. And then 2 minus 3i, that would actually be minus I. Or I could just write 10 minus 1i, but that's the exact same thing. So that'd be 10 minus I. So now I have a subtraction example of I, but also make sure when you're doing subtraction, you not only distribute the negative sign here, but you also distribute to the negative I. So what I mean is, I'm also copy down the exact same thing. 5 minus 7i minus 2 plus 9i. Why did I do the plus 9i? Because negative sign for -9, and that'd just be plus 9. What I got over here, plus 9i. Now we just combine like terms, so 5 minus 2 is 3, and then -7 plus 9 is positive 2i. So we get 3 plus 2i. Also, this is the standard form section. So the standard form is really easy. It's just a plus bi. Basically, what this means is you just have a regular number here, a, plus 2i, or this can be plus or minus, and then this can be any regular number, or non-imaginary number, and this can be any imaginary number. Now I have a multiplication example. So make sure we're using FOIL first, inner, outer, last. Basically, first we multiply these two, inner, outer, and then the last, and then we add all of them up. So I'm going to do 3 times 4, that'd be 12, plus 15i minus 8i, and then minus 10i squared. So now I'm going to bring this all down. 12 plus 15i minus 8i, that's 7i. Now for the I squared, we would go back to our powers of I. So I squared is -1. So I'd go ahead and do -1. -10 times -1 is positive 10. Bring this all down. 12 plus 7i plus 20. Oh, actually, that's not a 2, that's a 1. So plus 10. And then we add it together to get 22 plus 7i as our final result. So now I have 2 division examples. These are actually the exact same 2 equations. So I'm be showing you how to take the conjugate of the denominator. Now the conjugate may sound scary, a really scary concept, but it's a really simple way of saying removing the I from the denominator. So there's actually 2 ways to do it. We have -5i plus 4i. So you can put this in A plus or minus bi format, the regular standard form. So that would be 4 minus 5i. Or you could just straight away take the conjugate. You eventually get to the exact same result. So bring that over here. The conjugate is whatever is touching the I. So we have the imaginary number here, -5i. You simply times it by negative, or you just take the opposite value, whatever it has. So if it was a plus 5i, you do -5i. -5i, we're going to do 5i plus 4. Whatever the regular number is, you keep that the same. You never change that. So I'm going to continue with this example over here. You multiply the conjugate. So what that means is we have 4 plus 5i. Why did I do plus 5i? And why did I not change the 4? We only changed the imaginary number. Over 4 plus 5i. Now, why can we do this? Because it's the exact same thing over the exact same thing. For example, 2 over 2, 3 over 3. This would just be 1. So we're not really changing anything, except when we multiply. So I'm going to bring this over here. 2 plus 3i, 4 plus 5i. And we just do the exact same multiplication concept we covered earlier. So that'd be 8 plus 10i plus 12i plus 15i squared. That'd give us 8 plus 22i, and that'd give us plus 15 negative 1. Why negative 1? Because I squared is negative 1. Then we get 8 plus 22i minus 15. 8 minus 15 is negative 7. Negative 7 plus 22i. We're not done though, because this is only our numerator. So negative 7 plus 22i. And then we would do 4 minus 5i. Now we're multiplying I multiplied the numerators, and now we're going to multiply the denominators. So 4 minus 5i, and then 4 plus 5i. So this would give 4 times 4, that'd be 16 plus 20i minus 20i, and then minus 25i squared. So this entire section cancel out. So it'd be 16 plus 25. I squared again is negative 1. So 25 negative 1. That'd be 16 minus 25. Negative 9. So that'd be negative 9. Or actually, we can remove the negative at the bottom. So that would be negative 7 plus. Actually, rewrite that. That'd be 7 minus 22i over 9. And that would be your final answer. Also, this would be your final answer. That's all. Here. This is division, multiplication, subtraction, and addition. That's all of them.